All right, so the final step, once you have your components placed in the board, is to use jumper wires to make your nodal connections. So basically here, we've got all the parts here, and you'll want to remember again which rows on the breadboard that you identified as specific nodes in the circuit. And you'll want to then, look at your list of all the nodal connections for each component. So like, for example, here, the Arduino Nano, we've got our 5 volts is going to connected to node 1, and our ground is connected to node 3. So then you can go ahead and use your jumper wires to make those connections. So, and you can put a little check mark on it, and now, so you notice the wires that appeared there. Basically, this red wire that's connecting our 5-volt pin here over to node 1, which is our connection here. And then the ground pin here, we've got a wire connecting the ground pin to our node 3, which is connection we're supposed to have there. One thing I'll note is that you could have plugged this black wire into any one of these holes on the row because they're all connected. Same thing for the red wire. It doesn't matter. As long as it belongs to the same row, you could have also plugged this black wire into any one of the holes along node 3. So basically, you go through that similar process for each one of these nodal connections here. So here's wiring our switch here. So you've got the middle pin here. The middle pin here is connected on over to node 2. And then you have the left pin here connected to node 1. And then finally your right pin is then connected to node 3. So you basically just go through that whole process for every component. So I'll just basically go through each one. So that was the green LED, and then we've got the resistor, and then the red LED, and then the other resistor, and that completes our circuit. And so if you basically plug this thing in, it should light up one of the LEDs, and if you toggle the switch, it'll go switch between lighting up the green and the red LED. So the last thing that I want to mention is that while this method is very good for keeping kind of your head screwed on straight when you're wiring these circuits, over time, as you practice, I think you'll find that you actually don't need to go through the painstaking process of like writing out all the nodal connections and everything like that. If you have a really complicated circuit that you're wiring, then it probably would be helpful. But as you gain experience, you will probably learn how to just kind of wire the schematic, just kind of based on just kind of doing things in your head and visualizing how you could place components. This method that we've done, it's good for like not making mistakes and getting the circuit to work, but you will notice that it's a little messy looking, and it turns out that we could also wire the same circuit in this way. And look at that, that's like so much nicer looking. And as you gain practice, you'll learn how to strategically place components so that you can make nice, clean looking circuits like this one. And what I'd recommend you do is you go ahead and actually like see how the connections in this messy circuit correspond to the same connections in this or in this much more neat circuit. So anyways, I hope that was helpful for those of you who are just starting out with reading circuit schematics. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will see you again next time. Thanks.